Hello, everyone. My name is Ron Oliver. I am the CEO and founder of Elite Dynamic Life. We are a holistic health and fitness and life coaching company. Today, I have a special guest with me by the name of Owen Beck, world champion boxer, and he has served 2 tours in the military. He's a second-degree black belt in Ishiru Karate, black belt in Taekwondo, a true warrior, and he has an epic testimony to share with the world. So, Owen, how are you doing today, brother?
Hey Ron, I'm doing good, man. I'm blessed to be here. Thank God I'm in the land of the living. We're living in a crazy time, the craziest time of our lives right now.
Absolutely.
I am here. I'm standing tall, standing firm, feeling better, fitter, healthier.
Well, when we met last December,
Yep,
feeling really rough, you had come down with some type of disease. We think it might have been COVID, but we don't really know because the tests are, 97% false positive, but you had a lot of the symptoms. In
absolutely.
any event, you were very sick. You were coughing a lot. You felt terrible. You were so tired. You were just exhausted. This thing was really kicking your butt. And we knocked that out in 48 hours. Then we went to work, started detoxing you, and
Right.
we've made other videos about this. And I will post at the end the blood work for people to see. So stay tuned, people, because it's extraordinary what we've accomplished. And I do have a very radical lifestyle with regards to my drinking and eating and supplementation because that's just the way I'm wired. I'm just someone who desires to be extremely healthy and fit all of my life. So I'm extreme. Not everybody has to live like I do, but I believe it's my responsibility because I chose this career. I chose this call on my life to share health with the world, right? But you are one of the first people to ever be willing to go so radical with a detox in 2 weeks. Just tell everybody how much your life changed in those 2 weeks, and then tell us how things have progressed since you've been sticking to the principles I taught you, brother.
Just gotta say this, I remember leaving here, I remember leaving home pretty rough, and it was a horrible drive to Canada, a horrible drive. And I did it in 2 days. That wasn't so on the way back home. But I can tell you, it was just the worst feeling I've ever had in my entire life. I mean, even when I got shot, I didn't feel as bad as this. When I got stabbed, I didn't feel as bad as this as
Wow.
how when I left here. But I can tell you this much, just going through this radical moment, detoxing the body, cleansing the soul, man, it was the most blessing entire feeling I've ever had. And those are just the words that I can use because a lot of people don't know about stuff like that. A lot of boxers don't know what it feels like to detox their body. They don't know what it feels like to go through a radical cleansing. And this is just one of those moments that I'm trying to explain to every single fighter in the world, every fighter that I try to bring to the table right now, how much and how good they can feel, just as good as I am feeling right now. And I'm telling you, when I got there, man, when I got there, you remember how I was feeling like, I was at the bottom of the well of hell. And today I said, I feel so blessed, feel so good, feel so awesome. I feel like I'm at the top of the kingdom, just reaching out to God's creation saying, hey, come on in. Let's help you to get yourself together. Let's help you to get your mind, your body, your soul on top of the world where it's untouchable. With all the mess that's going on right now, I mean, I'm doing 100 push-up, on every set that I do, and those were things that I wasn't able or capable of doing before. So you know how much my strength has increased. I just want these boxers to pay attention. I want them to understand that this is one of the worst decades there is. How much more can we endure through this decade, this new millennium, because we see people are falling like leaves.
Absolutely.
I mean, it is crazy. And I just want to reach out to people, let them know, hey, look at me. 3, 4, 5 years ago, I couldn't talk this way. The way I'm speaking right now, I couldn't speak this way. Thanks to you for giving me the chance to come and spend time with you and get myself together. Because I tell you what, man, if I feel any better than I'm feeling right now, I'll be probably flying around like Superman.
Well, it's amazing how the brain can regenerate. Most of
Right,
my life, I was told the brain cannot regenerate because I had a lot of head injuries as a child and a
right,
lot of concussions. And so I became very motivated to learn how to heal my brain. I
right.
believe the body can heal itself. I've seen the proof of it all my life. So why would my brain be any different? And I had done a lot of work on detoxing my body before you showed up. I've been detoxing my body for about 30 years now. And I feel I'm about to turn 57 years old, and I feel better than I have at any time in my life. I just feel absolutely amazing. I feel like I'm in my early 20s.
You
And
don't even look like you getting ready to be 57, just like
well,
I'm be 48. But you made an interesting point, man. Detox and the mind and the body. How much people has ever gone through this process? How many people know what this feels like to go through a radical training, a radical treatment? A lot of people don't know how that has been. I didn't know nothing about it, but you know what? I took a chance on it because my life depended on it. When I come there, it was either dying or try to help myself so I can help my family. Because you know what? After listening to the doctors that told me and you that, you did an awesome job of getting me back together. If it wasn't for you, I would have not sit here doing this video right now so the world can hear it. We've gone as fighters and athletes that are in contact sport. We go through so much concussion, brain trauma, dementia. We go through all them process. Cardiac arrest is this the new thing that's going on right now that we see athletes are just falling like leaves. And we're like, wow, just by me made up my mind and choose life over death is an important thing for all athletes if they want to live, if they want life, if they want to see their family, if they want something good for their family, for their kids. And that is a challenge to them if they want to choose that, because you know what? You may think you don't have concussion, traumatic brain injury, CTE, just name it, high blood pressure, diabetes, and the list goes on, dementia. I watch athletes who I love and why I raise up watching, and guys that I idolize. I watch those guys fall. They didn't get a chance to really enjoy their kids or their grandkids as much as they should have. That was just my reason to reach out to these guys today and say, man, come on. Don't be selfish. You enjoy your time. You enjoy your life. But are you going to enjoy your kids? Are you going to enjoy your grandkids? Are you going to go out and support them? My son is out there playing T-ball right now. And after this interview, I'll go and watch the game because, this is important. Everybody needs to hear this. Everybody has to watch this. And the world needs to know this, that there is a better way. And there's no better way than go through a radical detox like you have done with me. I'm right here, standing tall and firm, going through the moments, man, just enjoying life and enjoy the gift that God has blessed me with.
We are living in radical times. 30 years ago, when I met my incredibly brilliant mentor, who was a former doctor, medical doctor, the medical director of 2 Los Angeles medical clinics, 30 years ago, he told me that we were approaching what's called critical mass.
Right.
He told me there was a critical mass of toxicity in the air we breathe, the water people drink, the soil, the food, and it was going to reach a point where people would start dying more and more rapidly and developing more and more diseases because the body can only handle so much toxicity.
Right.
And looking at live blood morphology results, analyzing the blood for the last 28 years of clients, I have watched people's blood become more and more and more toxic. Now I'm seeing people's blood, they're in their 20s and 30s, and it looks like blood in people that are 80, 90 years old from the
That's a lot.
experience. In the last 4 years, I've seen an incredible increase in sickness and disease, confusion, fatigue. People are more overwhelmed than ever. Heart disease, cancer is exploding. There's new types of cancer called turbo cancer. Right now, the hospitals are loaded up in Canada with people with turbo cancer. This is got everything to do with toxicity and malnutrition.
Wow.
Toxicity level right now in the human race is at an all-time high. Our bodies are not designed to have toxic chemicals and metals in them, or undigested food in the gastrointestinal tract, or parasites.
Right.
And we have been doing things wrong for a long time. We're defying the laws of nature that dictate what every species must eat. People today aren't drinking clean H2O. They're not eating clean, whole foods that God intended for us to consume. They're swallowing products. They're chewing up and swallowing products, drinking products, and they're filled with toxins, known carcinogens. And now we're at a point where people are just falling apart. And then we
Absolutely.
have, the side effects from so-called medicine that is
Abs-
affecting the entire population. And even those ingredients are getting into other people that didn't have the so-called medicine. So I'm living my life more radical right now, brother, than I ever have as far as my daily intake of water and foods and supplements, because I'm not interested in ever getting sick. It's been 28 years on my birthday in July. I haven't been sick, and I'm monitoring my blood because I want to remain super healthy. I'm not interested in growing old gracefully. Growing old doesn't interest me at all. I want to be as young as possible all of my life, be strong and fit my entire life, because I believe my life is a gift, and it's a precious gift from God, and it's my responsibility to take care of it.
Right.
That's just how I think. That's how I was taught. And I believe I'm right. And I believe that people really need to wake up and stop drinking garbage in a bottle or a can, plastic bottles. I mean, these products that are being sold, this new drink for the UFC called Prime, I've looked
Yeah.
at it. Man, it's horrifically toxic. You couldn't pay me $1 million to drink that crap, and people are drinking like crazy. All these other drinks, like monster drinks, all
Oh,
these
yeah.
things that people drink, they're so toxic. It's incredible. Not to mention the 110 to 400,000 nano-sized particles of microplastics per liter sold of water and beverages from plastic bottles alone. Never mind the fact they're putting garbage in these containers. The containers themselves are adding way more poison,
Right.
chemicals, up to 25 to 65,000 chemicals leaching into beverages and water from the plastics alone, plus the microplastics. It's absolutely horrific. And when we're 75% water, this is a nightmare to the body. And then on
Yeah.
top of that, people are eating processed, genetically modified Franken food, food like Frankenstein. It's man-made, you know?
Yeah.
It's horrific. And people aren't thinking about it. They're just doing it because they're
Huh.
addicted to it. This is their lifestyle. And I'm trying to wake up the world. Look, people, wake up. Stop drinking and eating things that are destroying your mind, destroying your body, destroying your longevity, robbing you
Ab-
of your youth, making you sick, giving you inflammation, brain fog, fatigue, and they're making you unhappy. This is a foolish way to live. The only wise way to live is to drink super clean water and detoxify all of the organs in your body that have been polluted, and learn
ab-
how to eat the way God intended so you can feel amazing in your body. I have not seen a client in the last 32 years that showed up with healthy blood, that did not have a bunch of undigested food in their gastrointestinal tract, you know,
mm,
human feces stuck in their gut. They did not have parasites, heavy metals, chemicals. And I've only seen this problem increase and increase and increase over these decades, to the point where I'm shocked that some people are alive when I look at their blood. It just shows to me the miraculous creation of our bodies by God, that they can endure such abuse.
right.
At the same time, better than pretty much all my clients, because no one's been willing to be as radical as you have and just follow exactly what I do. And you're living proof, because in less than 6 months, you go from feeling old at 47 to feeling young, and you're just about 48 now, right?
Yeah.
You're running around doing stuff like you did when you were 22,
Absolutely.
and your brain has healed tremendously from the brain injuries you had from having so many heavyweights, hit you in the head. This is what happens to boxers, especially the heavyweights. Heavyweights
I've,
hit extremely hard. It's damaging, right? You know,
I've
you've had 200 amateur fights
you
before you
know,
even got into professional fighting.
I've always heard this, man. I've always heard this that anybody over 200 pounds can punch.
Oh yeah.
Don't matter how weight they are, they can punch. They over 200 pounds. And I've fought a lot of fighters. It has been a roller coaster, man. I go through the process. I go through a radical treatment with you. How much people can go through it. You've seen what my blood looked like when I first got there and what happened in 14 days. You know, my mindset, my capability, to other people is a little bit different because they don't know.
Yeah. They don't know what they're missing out on, brother.
They don't even know where I'm coming from, where I'm going.
I agree. I believe honestly that about 99% of the population, maybe 99.9%, has no idea what it feels like to thrive inside their bodies because they have
Right,
so many toxins in there from a lifetime. Just imagine 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 years old. Imagine how many poisons accumulate in someone's body from just breathing, just
right,
drinking and eating. And then all the
right,
medications and different things that people do, or the abuse of alcohol or other drugs that people have done. These things don't just magically disappear. They
right,
accumulate in the body. They cause
right.
tremendous problems. So this has got to stop. People have to detox their bodies if they want to survive, or they
Absolutely.
will suffer from a disease because diseases are caused by a cause. They don't just happen. They happen because of stress, chronic dehydration, toxicity, and malnutrition. And
Right.
a toxic environment can also affect our health, right? And you can tell me the truth, right? Do you
Right.
even crave the food you used to eat?
Nope.
You don't even
Nope.
crave it.
Nope.
You probably don't even like the taste of those things no more
Horrible.
because
It's
your pH has changed, your biochemistry has changed. We've changed the microbiome in your gut. So now your body craves what it's supposed to have in it.
right.
And it only took us 2 weeks to wipe out your cravings for the wrong things that don't serve you to consume.
Absolutely.
Man, I
And
would love nothing more than to help out all these champions. I've always been a fan of boxing. I used to
yeah.
watch you when you were boxing,
Right.
Holyfield, Mike Tyson, all of these guys, George Foreman, all of these absolute
Yeah.
gladiators, they're modern
ab-
day gladiators just like you. And I've
Right.
seen them all decline in health, mental, cognitive function because they've, been through war in the ring, right? And
Right.
I hope these guys will watch this video. I hope they'll give me a call so I can help them become younger again, like we did with you.
That's where I wanted to just go ahead and end this video and saying to them, I said, if you don't believe it's real, I challenge you, any boxer, any athlete in contact sport. I challenge you, and we can go through the process. We can go through the workout process. We can go through the detox process. We can go through a radical detoxification, anything. This is a challenge that I'm putting up to anyone who don't believe or can't believe that they hear an Owen what the heck back speak like this.
Well, now we're going to call you Buff Beck, the $1 million man.
Yeah, they gonna end up calling me Buff Beck, just like just as right now, Buff Beck, the $1 million man. So it is a challenge, and we're putting this video out, and I'm challenging any fighter, any athlete, period, in contact sport. I will challenge you on go through this radical training, this radical treatment, and I will challenge you at any point, any contact sport, anything that we have to do. It is a challenge. If you don't believe it's real, it is a challenge. The challenge is on. I will challenge you in whatever sport you do, and I will show you how much and what kind of youth I am with the knowledge and understanding that I have about what we're doing here.
Well, you're
And
living proof, brother. Like when you showed up, because of the toxicity in your body and the illness that you had been infected with, your energy was super low. But even after we got rid of the initial infectious agent that was in your body making you sick, making you cough. Your
Right.
energy was still super low compared to what you were like when you were young, simply because your body had a ton of toxins in them, and within 2 weeks, you had a 500% increase in anaerobic endurance. I mean, that's
Right.
incredible. People would be
Absolutely.
happy to get that in a year. You did it in 2 weeks. And now you're way beyond what you were then. It's been almost 6 months now. And
Absolutely.
you're literally physically a 20-year-old man, a 24-year-old man in that range somewhere, because your performance proves it. And you look 15 years younger to my eyes, easily.
Absolutely. And this is why I'm laying out that challenge, because we're going viral with this video. It is a challenge to those that are watching, those who wants to hear us, those that can hear us. It is a challenge. And if we gotta, put the number down there, I put my number down so you can contact me. It's like contact Ron, and we will go
Absolutely.
process and go with it like there's no tomorrow, and show you what it's all about.
Absolutely, brother. Well, I'm going to leave it at that, friends. The website is elitedynamiclife.com, elitedynamiclife.com. You can reach out to me there. You can contact me. I can put you in touch with Owen Beck if you want to talk to him directly. This is a challenge to every MMA fighter, every boxer, every wrestler, every football player, hockey player that wants to become young again, who's beat themselves up with their sport. You might have made a ton of money, but it was the cost of your health and your youth. And I'm telling you right here, right now, you can become 10, 20 years younger if you're willing to do a detox and get to doing what I put Owen through. It will change your life forever. And
Oh
you will
yeah,
then age much slower than you were prior to meeting me. And you will live longer as a result. And you will
absolutely.
have the cognitive function that I enjoy, the cognitive function that now Owen Beck is enjoying. When he had lost it, I had lost mine too. I suffered from a tremendous number of concussions, and now my brain works awesome, better than it ever has, which is unusual because normally as you get older, your cognitive function declines a little bit. It's just what happens. But that's because of toxicity, people. Toxicity and malnutrition. So
Right.
thanks for coming out today, brother, sharing your awesome testimony. Stay tuned, folks, because I'm about to play the analysis of Owen Beck's blood day 1 and after the 12 days of detoxing. Check it out for yourself. You might believe you're healthy in your mind, but your blood's going to tell the truth about it. You're not as
Absolutely.
healthy as you think, and you won't know until you have your blood analyzed under the microscope. Thanks, you brother. Have an awesome day. Peace,
Appreciate it.
everybody.
Peace. One love.